Chapter 19, verse 1. And there came two angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. 2. Hebrew the two, with article viz. That means namely 2 of the 3, 18:16. Sodom, flaming, burning. Even, note the emphasis on notes of time in the structure. Gate, the seat of judgment, showing that Lot was a real citizen. Verse 9, 23:10 and 18, 34, 20 and 24, and Ruth 4:1. Verse 2. And he said, Behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early, and go your ways. And they said, Nay, but we will abide in the street all night. My lords, plural of Adon, see Appendix 4, in the street, figure peristasis. See Appendix 6. Verse 3. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him, and entered into his house. And he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. Eat, C8, een, 8. Verse 4. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house around, both old and young, and all the people from every quarter. Men, Hebrew, plural of Enosh, see Appendix 14, Part 3. Verse 5. And they called unto Lot, and they said unto him, Where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them. No, figure metonymy of cause. Appendix 6. Verse 6. And Lot went out the door unto them, and shut the door after him. No footnotes. Verse 7. And said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Wickedly, Hebrew ra. See Appendix 44, Part 8. Verse 8. Behold now, I have 2 daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing. For therefore they came they under the shadow of my roof. 8. Figure of speech, metonymy of cause, Appendix 6. Man is Hebrew ish. See Appendix 14, Part 2. These, archaic pronoun showing the antiquity of the Pentateuch, I'm assuming. Roof. Figure metalepsis, Appendix 6. Roof put for house, and house put for protection. And they said, Stand back. And they said again, This one fellow came into sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them? And now will we deal worse with thee than with them. And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door. Judge, see verse 1. He sat in Sodom's gate, the seat of the judges. See note on 13:7. Worse, Hebrew ra. See Appendix 44, Part 8. Break equals break open, shiver. Verse 10. But the men put forth their hand, and pulled Lot into the house to them, and shut to the door. There's no footnotes. Verse 11. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door. Blindness, produced by dazzlings of light. Figure here, heterosis of noun. Appendix 6, plural put for singular only here and in 2 Kings 6:18. 9 instances of people so smitten. See Appendix 10 and see these verses. Verse 12. And the men said unto Lot, Hast thou here any besides, son-in-law, and thy sons, and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city? Bring them out of this place. and it's the figure of speech polysyndeton. See Appendix 6. Verse 13, For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord, and the Lord hath sent us to destroy it. 13, will destroy, are about to destroy, face, figure Anthropopathia. See Appendix 6. Verse 14, And Lot, and Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get you up out of this place, for the Lord, and the Lord is, compare the we of verse 13, Hebrew Jehovah, see Appendix 4. Up, get you out of this place, for the Lord will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. One that mocked, talked nonsense. He had looked and pitched his tent toward Sodom. Excuse me. He had looked and pitched his tent toward Sodom, had dwelt and made his home there, and married his daughters, and sat in its gate as a judge. No wonder he seemed as one that mocked. He chose Sodom, 13:11, and lingered in the place of his choice, verse 16. See note 13:7. Verse 15. And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. Iniquity, figure metonymy of cause, see Appendix 6. Cause put for effect, judgment. See, compare Psalm 7:16 and see Appendix 44:3. Verse 16. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, the Lord being merciful unto him, and they brought him forth, and set him without the city. 16, lingered. See verse 14. Verse 17, And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, Escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain, escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. He, Septuagint reads they, life equals soul, Hebrew nefesh, see Appendix 13. Look, etc., figure asedeton. See Appendix 6, no ands, but climax. 18, And Lot said unto them, Oh, not so, my lord. Lord, see note on 18:27. 19. Behold now, thy servants hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast showed unto me in saving my life, and I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me and I die. Verse 20, Behold now, this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. Oh, let me escape thither. Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live. Is it not a little one? Figure epitrekon. See Appendix 6, my soul, myself, Hebrew, my nefesh. See Appendix 13. Verse 21. And he said unto him, See, I have accepted thee concerning this thing, also that I will not overthrow this city, for the which thou hast spoken. 21. The Hebrew thy face, finger desynecdoche of the part, see Appendix 6. Also, omitted in Authorized Version 1611. Verse 22, Haste thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything until thou be come thither. Therefore the name of the city was called Zor. Zor, little or smallness, compare 14, verses 2 and 8. 23, The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zor. No footnotes. And then, excuse me. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. The Lord from the Lord. Hebrew Jehovah, repetition very emphatic. Compare we, verse 13. Brimstone and fire. Hebrew Hindiadis, see Appendix 6. Burning brimstone, referred to in Deuteronomy 29:23, Isaiah 13:19, and these other verses below it. Let me highlight them here. Jeremiah, Zephaniah, Matthew, Peter, and Jude. Verse 25. And he overthrew those cities, and all the plain, and all the inhabitants of the cities, and that which grew upon the ground. 25. Overthrew. These cities are not in the Dead Sea, but the ruins have been discovered by M. D. Salcy, called today Kerbet Gaumran, about 4 miles square. Journey around the Dead Sea, Volume 2, pages 42 to 46. Note the parallelism, alternation. Italic A cities, B plain, or A cities, B plain, italic A cities, inhabitants, italic B plain, produce. 26. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. Wife, compare Luke 17:32. Look back, i.e., curiously. Compare Isaiah 63:5 and verse 28, same word as in verse 17. Became, same word as 1:2, the earth became. Verse 27, and Abraham got up early in the morning to the place where he stood before the Lord. Stood, compare note on 18:22. 28. And you looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah, and toward all the land in the plain, and beheld, and lo, the smoke of the country went up as the smoke of a furnace. Looked toward, a different word from verse 27. Abraham bent forward and looked with awe and grief. Lo, figure asterismos, see Appendix 6. Smoke. It does not say he saw the cities, but only the smoke. Verse 29. And it came to pass, when God destroyed the cities of the plain, that God remembered Abraham, and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow, when he overthrew the cities in which Lot dwelt. God Elohim, Appendix 4, remembered Lot's deliverance due to Abraham's prayer. Figure Anthropopathia, Appendix 6. Cities, this city, figure Hierotesis, heterosis of number. See Appendix 6. 30. And Lot went up out of Zoar and dwelt in the mountain, and his 2 daughters with him, for he feared to dwell in Zoar, and he dwelt in a cave, he and his 2 daughters. No footnotes. 31. And the firstborn said unto the younger, Our father is old, and there is not a man in the earth to come in unto us after in the matter of all the earth. 31. Man, Hebrew-ish. See Appendix 14, Part 2. 32. Come, let us make our father drink wine, and we will lie with him, that we may preserve the seed of our father. Wine, Hebrew yayin. See Appendix 27, Part 1. 33. And they made their father drink wine that night. And the firstborn went in and lay with her father, and he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. Here's 30 footnotes on 33 and 35. I'll just read them now. Nor equals but. This clause is one marked with the 15 extraordinary points calling attention to the ancient reading. Equals he did know when she arose. See Appendix 31. 34. And it came to pass on the morrow that the firstborn said unto the younger, Behold, I lay yesternight with my father. Let us make him drink wine this night also, and go thou in and lie with him, that we may preserve the seed of our father. 35. And they made their father drink wine that night also, and the younger arose and lay with him, and he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. Thus were both the daughters of Lot with child by their father. 37. And the firstborn bare a son, and called his name Moab. It is the same. The same is the father of the Moabites unto this day. Moab, Hebrew from a father. That's what that means in Hebrew. 38. And the younger, she also bare a son, and called his name Ben-Ammi. So same is the father of the children of Ammon unto this day. Ben-Ammi, son, Hebrew son of Ammi, the god Am. See on 14:5 and Deuteronomy 2:20. Begotten in shame, both had a shameful history. Deuteronomy 23:3 and 4. Compare Judges 10:10, 11:4 and 15. Numbers 21:29. Deuteronomy 2, verse 19. Deuteronomy 3:16. 2 Chronicles 21 and Zephaniah 2:8.